All right, hey guys. So in the last video, you saw the beginning, the acquisition of the car and the condition of the car. Somewhat surprising that a guy would take something. I'm sure that I'll see comments. I haven't seen any yet. I haven't even looked at any if there are any. But the reality is that somebody'd say you might as well repair a tin can, you know, from where this started. But that's not that big of a deal. It's just interesting and fun. I like unique things. But now we're going to transition here a little bit to the doors. Just looking at the videos, it looks like the first thing that I went on to um, was to get the door bottoms and some structure put back into the doors. Um, and I suppose back then I was thinking that as long as I get the door dimensions, it's a four door, but that they're a mirror image, and that the dimensions were the same from right to left. Doors, the height and the width of the doors, that I could begin to square out the body and use those as the reference measurement, if you will, or reference placement, visual reference, whatever. But you'll see how I'm working on the door bottoms, getting those done, and it had a very lengthy video. I think it's two or three, maybe even four cuts in here that represent what I was doing to try to identify with how I would rebuild these doors. Um, we got to remember that the body is still separated from the floor pan. That there's a significant amount of rust, a significant amount of sheet metal work and welding that needs to go into it. But take the time to take a look at this. And again, pretty brief. I don't know if this whole thing will even be 10 minutes, but take a look and let me know what you think. One other quick point. As I poked through these, I noticed that I had the TV going on in the background. YouTube or something was playing in the background. And over the course of these beginning videos, you'll see, when I'm using my cell phone, you'll have the video like this, and then eventually I learn that, to landscape, I learn the settings on my phone. There's a lot of things that I've learned in the future, but at this point, when you're watching the video, I transition out of this, and I did go ahead in some of the videos and look, and I transition out actually within the next one or two videos coming up, saying to myself, I gotta remember to, or I forgot to, and I'm talking about that. But I'm starting to get more comfortable taking the videos, and as you know, this is, as you may not know, I guess, too, this is new to me. So bear with it for the first few. Thanks. Just wanted to point that out. All right, folks, here's the two door bottoms, left and right. Got them bent up. There's a slight taper along this line. This end is bigger than that end. They're mirror images of each other. And that's because the door, let's see here, tapers in. This is the inside. When the door closes, there's a taper inward.
It's smelly though, isn't it?
So that he lines up perfectly. So then, let's see, I have the correct one. You can see, it's so hard to tell, but this dimension is the narrower of the two. So this guy will go on here, and that'll radius out. Almost lost my garbage can. This corner here will follow that curve there. Moments. The first door is done. That was the hardest door. This was laying in a field north of the car. Had the
That's one of the biggest things.
hinge, had to weld it. That was all folded over because the door was ripped off. The result was all three corners, and this was just mangled in and trapezoided the door because it was ripped off with a forklift. Patch, reconstructed. You can kind of see the hint of the piece that went in there. There, bullet hole, 2 bullet holes. This piece here had to be reconstructed, including the top band all the way into the inside of the door, looking at both sides, to reconstruct this whole piece in here. Progress. Door 2 inner structure welded in. I'll have to cut this opening out yet, but everything's in. I just got to finish up this one side. That side's welded in. Coming along. Today's June 1st, 2022. Turn it sideways. So now I have all of the inner structures in, and I'm building the top, or the outside skin. And then I got a few bullet holes in this door to clean up. But basically I don't have a shrinker, so I strategically placed those and bent them. I formed this first, formed this on the brake, which is the top of that press. Put it up and use that I-beam. Formed her straight, then cut it, then bent it upon my knee. This all worked out really good. The inner structure really tied in quite beautifully. She'll clean up real nice. Both sides. This is part of the bend radius. This is tacked on, but the little seam sealer around there will be fine. And now I'm forming the panel. She's just got a little upward bounce on her right now that keeps it nice and stiff. I'm doing the driver's door first. Got her cut out. Really good weld penetration. That's what's critical. Keep that 1/16 inch gap. Make sure there's a gap when you're welding. That there is a little bit light because that gap was too close. She's welded to the side and substantial penetration along here, but I'm not too worried about that. Anyway, bead rolled out the openings for both inner structures, front and rear. Rear doors are ready for blasting and body work, and these should be ready pretty doggone soon. Be nice to have the 4 doors done. A project I thought would take about 4 or 5 days is taking about a week.